Hickory Point Mall. Today it's quiet. The kind of quiet that lingers. The kind of quiet where you still hear that fluorescent buzz and whispers of what used to be. But it wasn't always like this. There was a time when these halls were full of people, full of noise, full of life. A place where weekends meant something, and everybody seemed to end up there. In the early 1970s, leaders in Decatur proposed building a shopping mall. But not everybody supported the idea. Local businesses worried it would pull people away from downtown. In July of 1974, the decision came down to a vote. The mall was rejected by just one singular vote. But the developers didn't give up. Instead, they moved just north to a neighboring village called Forsyth. After 4 years of construction, the mall finally opened in 1978. And almost immediately, it became something bigger than just a place to shop. In the 80s and 90s, the mall wasn't just a building. It was a destination. Families came to shop, teenagers came to hang out, and for a while, felt like everything happened here. Places like JCPenney and Bergner's anchored the space, drawing in crowds day after day. The food court buzzed, the stores stayed busy, and the halls were never quiet. What did the mall mean to you back then?
The mall was everything when I was a teenager. We didn't have cell phones or the internet, so that was kind of like our social media. That's who we hung out with. That's where we found our friends. That's where you shopped at for all the coolest clothes. It was everything.
Over time, things started to change. Foot traffic slowed, stores began to close, and the energy that once filled the building started to fade. The rise of online shopping, led by companies like Amazon, made it easier for people to stay home. And slowly, the mall began to lose what made it special. When did you first notice the mall start to change and decline?
I mean, it's hard to say exactly, but when online shopping and Amazon and all these kind of things started to become a thing, that was the start of the decline for malls in general, including this one. You didn't have to go to the mall anymore when online shopping became a thing. It was like you could just point, click, it'll show up at your house, But that wasn't a thing back in the day.
I remember visiting Mall of America during the pandemic. Even then, it was alive. People were everywhere. Stores were open. And it felt like the mall was still important. And it made me realize something. While some malls were still thriving, others, like Hickory Point, were already fading. But Hickory Point Mall isn't the only one. Across the United States, malls have been closing, shrinking, or struggling to survive. What used to be a center of social life has slowly been replaced by online shopping, by social media, by a different way of connecting. Do people your age still come to the mall?
Do people my age still come to the mall? Yeah, I mean, teenagers still go to the mall. It's just, I feel like it's a lot less than it used to be. If anyone goes to the mall, like I said before, it's just, they just go there for one specific item or just to mess around.
Yes, I feel like the mall has become an activity in this town that is one of the only things that you can do with your friends. And though we don't really have much to do at the mall, it's kind of just a thing of you're just gonna go to all the stores, eat at Auntie Anne's. Because in a town that you have nothing to do and just keep getting smaller and smaller, I feel like it's one of those things that you go there to have fun, but you're not really gonna buy anything, especially because we don't have money. But it's like a thing of it's only the only thing we have to do, and I feel like it's an activity that's gotten kind of strayed away from too, though, because of the fact of the stuff closing all the time. There's not actually anything to do. It's just going to these stores and looking at stuff and goofing around. It's not like an actual oh, we're going to the mall to do this thing. I feel like I feel like that's all it is now, unfortunately.
Today, Hickory Point Mall still stands. Not as crowded, not as loud, but it's still here. A reminder of what it used to be, and of how much things can change. Because maybe malls aren't just disappearing. Maybe the way we spend time together is.